Welcome to Getting Home Sourced with G. Your one-stop shop for all things real estate. Gianno is your go-to guy with over 25 years of experience in the game, serving up the insider scoop on buying, selling, and investing in two of the hottest markets, Las Vegas, Nevada, and Cabo, Mexico. Whether you're looking to score the perfect home, seal the deal on a sale, or dive into the world of international investments, G's got the tips, tricks, and swagger to make it happen. Remember, in Nevada, the smart choice is the right choice. And when it comes to Cabo, you better go oceanside with Cabo G. If you were looking for a quiet, tranquil show about real estate, this ain't it. Gianno has this thing called passion. Let's unleash the beast. This is Welcome to Getting Home Sourced. And now your host, Gianno.
Hey, what do you say? What do you say? We got another rockin' show here at Getting Home Sourced with G, as I'm your host, Gianno. And hey, folks, we're getting ready for a big show. Why? Because this is a special couple of weeks, actually. I mean, this show today, I'm titling it Giving Thanks Show. I'm giving thanks to everybody, showing how grateful I am, blessed I am, and more importantly, being blessed because as a New York City born and raised kid, I'm going back to NYC, folks. So I will be in the city for the next couple of weeks. So if you're in the New York area, especially Manhattan, I want you to come check me out. I'm going to be there between the 26th of November for Thanksgiving, going all the way through to December 7th. So I want you to check me out because I'm going to be live and I'm going to be giving you what's going on with the sights and sounds of the city. But of course, as I always like to start out this show, I would love to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you're listening around the world. Thank you so much, of course, giving thanks, as I always do. And for my first timers, my newbies, welcome. Round of applause. Thank you so much for tuning in, and whoever referred you over, thank you so much. Or if you're listening to all my platforms and you just say, hey, you know what, let's check out real estate. This should be pretty interesting. Well, I'm glad you stopped by, and hopefully you're going to be stopping by all the time, right? And for my repeat offenders, you know I love you, so thank you so much for tuning in again. As again, you know how to reach me, 888-528-2810 to get a hold of me for my international friends, and for my domestic, just swap it out, put in a 702, everything's the same, you're ready to roll. You can also get a hold of me on my website at www.vegashomesource.com. Click onto the newsletter. I had some great stuff about what's going on, so I want you to check that out. I give it out monthly, so it's free. Get in there, check everything out, because again, I also have my free MLS, so you can check out properties for free, all properties listed for both Los Cabos in Mexico, as well as Las Vegas, Nevada in the States. And again, feel free to reach out, call me. I have my assistant. She's there. She can answer questions for you. But if you want to email, call me, text me, this is what it's all about, folks. So, but like I said, as we're approaching now a very special holiday in the U.S. for most internationals that may not know, that in the United States, we have Thanksgiving. So this is where most people don't really understand the meaning of what we celebrate here. But I think the most important thing to take away from Thanksgiving is the reflection process. We reflect, really, we're around family. It's about where we came from, where we are today. How do we get here? But more importantly, who helped us along the way, right? So, of course, we give thanks for freedom of our country and what have you, but I like to look at it because it's always geared around family and friends and loved ones, and bringing everybody together and close that we haven't seen in a long time. But for me, it's about who, the key person is who, not reflecting so much about me, but I like to reflect about that who, that person out there or people out there that helped me along the way as much as they may have helped you along the way, right? So because in life, like I said, nobody gets to the top alone, right? We all need each other to accomplish our goals and dreams. And I can tell you as a 27-year realtor, this is my belief system because when I was new in the business back in the late 90s, I really didn't have that one person that stood out and took me under their wing. Like I had to do it through a group of people. I had to do a group through others, and I learned from them to build up my business and to take it to where it is today, right? So, but giving thanks is a word that I really think is just thrown around loosely. I mean, seriously, I think many people nowadays, they feel entitled, they take things for granted. And sometimes, you actually have that person that actually says, hey, they want to help, but they only say it to look good. Hey, if you ever need anything, let me know. Just call me and I'll take care of it. And then, yeah, when you call them, what happens? They're busy, they're not around, something comes out. And I see this behavior going on all the time. But you know what, folks? When was the last time that you reflected not on yourself, but people who actually cared for you and that helped you build your place in the world? Have you ever thought about where they are now? Have you ever thought about what happened to them? Or if you recently talked to them, have you ever just said, hey, thank you so much. I just want to tell you how great you are to me and how much I appreciate you. Just the little nuances and the simplicity of it all. I mean, if they passed on, did you ever go back to that moment in time to where they made a difference for you? So this is what I focus on, especially at this time of year, because to me, it is about reflection. It's about remembering on an emotional, psychological, and mental level to just go back in time, just pull out those memories with a slight gesture or a voice, just acknowledge to the universe, just a simple thank you.
Thank you.
Just to let people know, let the universe know that you care, that you are grateful, that you are blessed, right? Because it's about positive affirmation. And that's it. It's just simple and it's easy, right? But most people just get caught up in life events. And I get it because sometimes I'm like that as well. But I'm a person of conviction. I'm a person of passion, but I'm also a person of respect and loyalty. And I always back up what I say. And if somebody needs to count on me, I'm going to be there for them, right? Because I know that in the old days, the family times that I've had with my family members, but most of my family members are gone, business associates that have passed on, that offered their time to assist me in life and personal growth and also in business. And even today, just as a perfect example, I have a group of individuals that I have not even met or seen in a solid 8 years, but we have a business relationship. But I think it's more than that. I think it's more so I treat them as if they're like my brothers, my sisters, and they push me to new heights. If it wasn't for them, wow, I mean, I couldn't even tell you. So, I mean, to me, folks, this is a type of situation that's like Haley's Comet. It doesn't come around often, but when it's there for the moment, you have to take a look back and take a step back at the same time and just appreciate it, because I appreciate all of them as much as they appreciate me. And with that being said, since I appreciate all of you, let's take a commercial break and I'll be right back.
Have you been waiting for your oasis in the desert but don't know where to start? Looking for that second home or relocation home to escape and oversee those majestic mountains with beautiful palm trees blowing in the wind? Then Vegas G is here for you with keys in hand to make sure your luxury getaway is your place to stay. Contact Gianno today at 888-528-2810 and remember, your Las Vegas getaway is just a phone call away. Make the call now and come see for yourself what Vegas has to offer you.
Hey, what do you say? Well, listen, I got a lot to say, right? Because this is Getting Home Source with G, but I just want to thank you guys so much for listening to the back half of the show, as it's our show. It's not my show, it's our show. And I think that's important to understand, because this show is really, I'm just focusing on giving thanks, but it's about reflection, because I like to take a moment, because everything's always about real estate related, and we're going to get to that because obviously it's a real estate show, but it ties in on that human component. I think it's very important that we take a step back, and actually the show is really for all of you that are listening, because it's about me reflecting on the shows since day one, getting to where we are today, building up the audience base, building up trust, building up actually working with people that have contacted me from listening to the show, meeting people in Vegas, meeting people in New York, meeting people in Cabo, meeting people everywhere. And it's just taken on, its own metamorphosis to really great heights. And like I said, folks, I couldn't do it without the group of people who I call my brothers and sisters. 8 years strong. We're making things happen. We're just going, it's bright. It's just lights and brightness. That's all it is. It's everything with positivity. It's positive affirmations. And it's just, again, it's giving thanks and letting people know how much I'm grateful and appreciative of all of them, as much as I'm also obviously grateful and appreciative of all of you and for making Getting Home Source what it is, which I think is great. And it's for the people behind the show that make it special because it's all for you. We do it all for you. And folks, as I always like to say, you make the show run. I say this all the time. It's like, the Ferrari, for instance. You're the engine that drives the Ferrari. I think of this show as a Ferrari. We're fast, we're sexy, we're great. People look at us. It's attention-based. It's fun. It's exciting. It's entertaining. That's what it's all about because you guys make all the difference, really, because as much as the human component slips away from us from time to time, I'm here to tell you that I'm bringing that back. That's what this show's all about. We have to embrace it. I have to brag about it. I got to talk about it. And I put it in front and center. Why do I do that? It's because that is who I am. And it's not just an AI that spits out commentary and words, folks. Trust me. You know that that's not true. I talk to you like I'm talking to you at the dinner table. I'm talking to you like maybe we're at the bar, we're at a party, we're family, we're community, or friends and cousins, relatives, whatever you want to call it. This is how we talk. We talk freely, we talk open, and we tell it like it is, right? Because at the end of the day, guess what? There's a lot of people out there that may not have family. They don't have a lot of friends. They get kind of, sad during this time of year, especially in the U.S. Thanksgiving family. A lot of people don't have anybody. They just have themselves and they don't know where to turn to. It's a very depressing time. And I acknowledge that. And I say for those people out there that don't have family or don't have friends, but you're listening to the show, guess what, folks? You got me. So if you need to talk to me and you need to call me or what have you, just to say hello and just to chit chat, has nothing to do about talking about real estate. If you just need a voice to listen to or you just need to get out what you want to say, hey, I'm here for you. You contact me because that's what it's all about. Because it's not always about business all the time, right? It's about the human component, and you have to take a step back and you have to understand other people. Because again, I get a lot of email, I get a lot of texts, I get calls, and it makes me happy because you guys are happy because you're asking the questions, you're engaging, you're moving forward, you're listening, you're doing the due diligence, you're checking things out. Because, I got to say something. There's times where I think to myself, hey, you know what? I know this show makes people feel good. I know it informs them. It gives them the information that they need. It's also fun. It's entertaining. It's thought provoking. But, I think to myself, what happens if the show's gone? Like if it's gone tomorrow and I think to myself, well, how would they feel?
God,
Like what would be the reaction? Did I make a difference for somebody? Did I make a difference for people? Again, it's real estate, and how they find the real estate talk, it's fun and exciting again, right? It's the human touch. And I think to myself, I have an obligation to where it's not about taking care of clients, but I also have an obligation because I want people to know what's going on. It's not just going on social media, blah, blah, blah. Everything's great, hunky dory, or people get divisive and you see it's just always the bad and the good and the ugly and whatever. But it's just wanting to be factual, getting all the other, nonsense out of the way and just talking a normal conversation and just, again, talking about real estate because it's about what? Buying and selling. But what is it all about? It's about people. It's about relationships. It's emotional. It's mental. It's psychological. And of course, at times it's stressful. I mean, look, folks, I've been doing this for a long time. Trust me when I tell you, when it's stressful, it's stressful. But that's what life's all about anyway, right? We always think that sometimes things are going to be easy, but then what happens? It's usually not, right? So that's where you have your foundation. That's where you have your group of people, your support system, people that you can rely on, or one person or two people that that you can rely on to make that difference and make that change that you always talk to get that advice and what have you. And there you go, right? So therefore, you're opening up. you're embracing what? You're embracing people, you're embracing change. You want to have personal self-awareness and personal growth and development. And that's not a bad thing, folks. I mean, asking people's advice, asking of somebody, learning from somebody, how to better ourselves and what have you, I think is important. I think communication is important. I think it stimulates the brain, and it's something that's very, very, very important to me because at least I can give facts and data and housing trends and markets and what's going on. But at the end of the day, it's what you're wanting, right? It's what you're looking for in your lives to better yourselves. And that's why the show today, I just want to base it just as a normal conversation and just really making it simple for everybody and just saying how grateful and how blessed I am to have all of you in my life by doing what I like to do, by doing what my brothers and sisters do, is bringing you a quality show every week to make it exciting and fun and just again it's 30 minutes out of your life just to kind of like take it all in and breathe out and have fun. We crack a couple of jokes and what have you, but at the end of the day, it's a what I call it's a pass it forward moment. I want to pass on all to you what I've been given because I walk the walk and talk the talk, right? That's why we're here. That's why we're doing a show, and that's why people love us. And again, I love you guys, and you've shown that through emails and text messages and meeting and doing deals, right? And I will continue to do this because I know that 2026 is going to be even greater. I mean, I know 2025 has been a little rough, let's all admit that, right? But in moving forward, I've never once taken for granted anything this year, for sure, and for all of you. I've never taken granted of all of you for listening to the show. And for that, it stays with me. It consumes me. And that's why I get passionate about you guys and I'm passionate about the show because I want to bring out the best for you, but in turn, it brings out the best in me, right? And so that's why I love doing what I do. And it's important for me to share this with you because again, it's a very reflective time for me. It's a lot of family members have been gone in my life that passed on, not that many left laying around. So again, it just gives you a little bit of just mental adjustment to where I just sit back and like, you know what? The little things do mean a lot, right? And the old, psychological proverbs, take your shoes off and, smell the grass and have your feet hit the sand and have that energy and what have you. And I really truly believe in that. And I think that with this time frame and the excitement of going back home and seeing family members and seeing friends and being back in New York City is going to be wonderful. It's going to be exciting, but it's also invigorating because it gives me a chance to just, again, recharge the batteries, get out there, just interact with people I haven't seen because you don't know they're going to be gone someday. And you always want to make sure that at least you get to see that person because how many times have people been rushing on airplanes to get to a destination because so and so might be checking out and you want to get there before that moment comes because you don't want to regret it. You'll feel bad and guilty and what have you. And you don't want to do things like that. You don't want to feel like that. You always want to feel upbeat and positive, even when things are down and even though, people struggle and what have you. But for this show, especially for real estate, for buying and selling, that's what it all ties into, folks. Everybody goes on there, talks about AI. Everything is going to be more computer generated based and what have you. But I still want it to be the human touch. I still want that to be that connection, that human effect that touches the sensations in the brain. You're asking me questions rather than asking AI. You're calling in. You're talking to my assistant. You're getting the information. You're sending me emails. You want that one-on-one because we have to have it. It's human nature. We need to have that mental and physical connection and contact because it's who we are. That's who we are as a race. And I still, truly believe in it. I know technology is going leaps and bounds and everybody's technology based. But again, as much as everybody likes to be technology based, and in my business, I have to be technology based because that's where it's going. So you have to keep up with the times and actually sometimes be ahead of the curve. But it's shows like this that you can walk away from, and just for a moment in time, just again, it's about reflection, thinking about me, thinking about you. You're thinking about other people. I'm thinking about other people. And that's what it's all about. So again, I give thanks. I give gratefulness. I give humble. I give basically everything out there to the universe to say thank you so much for having all of you listening to me. But more importantly, having the opportunity and having me being able to give what I give to you. And on that note, take care. God bless. And next week, we're going to be live, New York City. I can't wait. Stay tuned and care.
You have just listened to Getting Home Sourced with your radio host, Gianno Buonaguro. This podcast is a registered trademark and may not be reproduced without the express written consent of VegasHomeSource.com. For additional information about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, call or text Gianno toll-free at 888-528-2810 or visit his website at VegasHomeSource.com. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.